Kurumjai, a very good evening. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin on SKTV and I'm Victoria Rajkumari. First, the headlines. Working Committee of Joint Tribe Council announces total boycott of Chief Minister Khiem Chand's visit to Makhan relief camp over unresolved Naga killings. JFD warns of census boycott if resolutions ignoring public sentiment adopted during demographic seminar in Manipur. Campaign for just and fair delimitation alleges Manipur government's August 7 consultative meeting cum seminar an attempt to divert attention from demand to identify illegal immigrants. MEA confirms Indo-Myanmar discussions on undemarcated border sectors weeks after speculation over proposed land swap in Manipur. And CLP leader Kaisham Megachandra demands immediate clarification from centre on reports of Indo-Myanmar land swap along undemarcated Manipur border sections. And now the top stories. The Working Committee of Joint Tribe Council (JTC) has declared complete boycott of Chief Minister Khiem Chand's visit to Makhan relief camp on the 8th of this month. The decision comes after the government failed to deliver justice for the brutal killing of 6 Naga individuals. In an official press release, JTC strongly opposed the Chief Minister's plan to interact with displaced victims. They pointed out that 84 days have passed since the incident, yet the remains of the 6 victims still lie at Jennings morgue. The council expressed deep satisfaction over the incomplete investigation and failure to arrest all perpetrators. They stated that hosting official government visits in Naga areas under these conditions is an insult to the deceased. JTC demanded full justice for the victims' families before any official government programs take place in Naga territories. Consequently, the council appealed to all Naga civil society organizations, community leaders and the public to boycott the Chief Minister's visit. They urged citizens to refrain from participating in official development or political activities for the time being. The statement issued a firm directive that no individual should speak on behalf of the Naga community until collective decision is formally reached. Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation has warned to boycott census exercise if resolutions are taken against people's wish during a 2-day consultative meeting cum seminar on demographic profile of Manipur. JFD have been demanding the postponement of census exercise in Manipur until NRC is conducted in the state to verify illegal immigrants. Speaking in this regard, convener of JFD, Jitendra Ningomba, maintained that representatives of various CSOs held a meeting at his office located at Wangkai Thangjam Laikai and resolved to boycott census until NRC updation is carried out in the state. Further, Jitendra maintained that it has been long a demand of people of the state to ensure that NRC is updated before continuing with census. JFD has given ultimatum till today to take a concrete decision on conduct of NRC prior to census. Speaking further, Jitendra also maintained that JFD will keep a close watch on the outcome of the 2-day consultative meeting cum seminar, while asserting that any decision that goes against the people of Manipur will result to boycott of census.
NRC sina kona tauna ba khoi takna minarasi haiba gumbagi mawong ama moina pire ibe invitation sida mami tai masi akoina har hena usalubo irambasu yai aduna moina recommendation lawbugi step ani hapai aduda akoina haijaningi badi census tawgragadi census ki data da yumpham oiraga delimitation tawdoini census tu da mito mian charging khantok tana yauksan gragadi hayeng akai ba mayam lakani haibse koi JFD ki asset pathaja bani aduna akoi gi di census tawdringai da NRC update hana tawbiro aduga census kona tau haiba JFD ki amadi leibak miyam ki phirep se kaimto hongba leite karigomba nomit nini sida akoi baton tawra abani na lainga ku ikai khumna bu utpo ina koi yaw budi salani ada yaw matam sida moina lawrak ka do riba ware phirep mase akoi ki taliba demand ji ki tayon na badu oiba taragadi akoi se akoi ki aroi ba oina census se boycott tawba haiba se dum changel lakna ba koi thorang tawdana lai masi ebak miyam punna koi mekai leadersing aduga akhang ai oja sing yauraga koi tana jare tobu pangtu ko doriba seminar sida tarik 3 amusung tarik 9 se sida tarik do warep aduna manipur miyam na pami bo warep ki wang mada makoi ne kari malora ba haibadi NRC se akoi tau akoi ki census tawdini mamangida NRC tawgani haibo wafum se phungdorak taba akoi taragadi akoina khanjaramba manipur miyam khanjariba how the thangkhang ka na handan haira pawda tabi drebani akoi boycott tawgani haina koi khanjago phungduri akoi laiba tarik 3 amsung 9 se masi warek ki matungna karigumba miyam na pamba warek lobiraba yes okay miyam na pamba warek lobirek butaragadi akoi boycott ki khongjing akoi.
Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation, JFD, has termed the consultative meeting cum seminar, which is being organized by Manipur government on August 7th, as an attempt to derail the demand of JFD and the people of Manipur. JFD has alleged that the meeting cum seminar is an attempt to divert attention from people's demand to identify illegal immigrants in the state. Bishnupur, Akoiba, Apunbalov and Short Bal and JFD jointly organized a public meeting to discuss on upcoming census and the significance of holding NRC exercise before conducting census. Speaking in the program, which was held at Bishnupur Lamangdong Community Hall, Finance Secretary of JFD, Sunil Karam said state government has ignored the demands of people, which is to postpone the census exercise until NRC is conducted in the state in order to identify illegal immigrants. Further, Sunil Karam added that government's plan to organize a consultative meeting cum seminar is an attempt to undermine the wish and interests of indigenous communities in the state. While warning of consequences if government tries to work against the interests of people, Sunil asserted that government must be held accountable for unrest that follows after forceful census.
Matang kaya dari mamang dari mitok niya cacing sangjal laktana lagi bersih saya. Amok tang deh untuk kayu sage hai gana apa lagi hai do matam dah soy dah nama ki ya gana apa. Mandi masih dari Iran tu tahu, wahyu tu ni. Masih aku lagi unam matam dah kiamcana hai apa. Warek selalu orang masuk tahu, direct Union Home Minister selakan hai lagi. Hai ni sakit berpot ni apa? Sakit berpot tu. Kapok kibo maru handal tierna thikam dre pau takam dre smadul sakagana adu wori ngami adu tergana moi ni het hai dana soida namaki ye thok sagane ba soida namaki ye thok do pose karigino hai kanda ai ni mai dal ma pura udu tamjari ga gana mathanda census x the pizza bang lay ba.
On the other hand, President of Baal, Loitongbam Debchand, maintained that Bishnupur Akoiba Apanrulup will extend full support to JFD. Speaking further, Debchand asserted that people continue to suffer due to the conflict which broke out in 2023 and many families continue to languish at relief camps. He added that if census is conducted at this juncture, it will be inappropriate. While urging the government to postpone the census until NRC is updated in the state, Debchand also extended support to the movement of JFD.
Tarai da karam house number piraga yungko kiba do yaho goya gadoriba amadi masing kiba matam da so mapanda gi changai ba myam sna in terms of lakhs da samchal leiba myam singa se yaksel hiba taragadi matung tarakta generation kaya da ko isa issue gi suron kaya da lamdam masida aduki matik hingda da waraba isa issue singa aduki sakthung kaya foreigner sinna makoi gi ST gi kurong chabal lawraga ko kurong chabal kunna mun ki ga do ba sakthung koduma Raga, Iramda Manipur se indigenous people singi laifam laitraba mafam mama olauragani haibagi pandam matuda ngasi government asibu paibiriba leibak asibu wayen thauda tawbiba singa sigi nakong yaunanaba aikoina ngasigi sit-in protest asi tawjabani maram aduna matam leiringaida hengabasu thengna government na hiram asida yamna hena concern oibiraga ipokti-bagi thabak thauramase kitang atuba matamda cabinet mifam phambigera assembly kaubigera tawraga masi yaithok nanabagi India government da se thabiyu.
Few weeks after a speculative article was published on the Diplomat magazine regarding Centre's plan to swap land with Myanmar involving Manipur's territory, Ministry of External Affairs has confirmed that India and Myanmar are engaged in discussions to resolve an undemarcated stretch of their shared border in Manipur. Addressing a press briefing in New Delhi, MEA spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal responded to questions about reports of a possible land exchange with Myanmar. Randhir Jaiswal said there are certain areas on the border which are yet to be settled. Discussions on those sectors are ongoing. While Jaiswal did not explicitly confirm reports of a territory swap, his remarks came after a July 17 report by US-based magazine The Diplomat claimed that New Delhi was actively examining such a proposal. The article had claimed that Indo-Myanmar border stretch under discussion is about 2.8 kilometer long and falls in Manipur's Chandel district, bordering Myanmar's Kavo Valley in the Saigang region.
Myanmar, India-Myanmar border issues. There are certain areas on the border between the two countries which are still to be settled, and discussions on those particular sectors are going on between the two sides. Regarding Myanmar, India-Myanmar border issues, there are certain areas on the border between the two countries which are still to be settled, and discussions on those particular sectors are going on between the two sides.
Congress Legislative Party CLP leader Keshab Megachandra has called on the central government to clarify its stand on the Manipur border issue. He urged the centre to address reports of proposed land swap between India and Myanmar along undemarcated border sections. Demanding complete transparency, Megachandra stressed that the state's territorial integrity is at stake, reacting to reports that the Ministry of External Affairs MEA is considering land exchange mechanism to resolve long-pending boundary disputes. Megachandra stated that the MEA must issue an immediate official rebuttal if these reports are incorrect. However, if discussions are genuinely underway, he insisted that the centre must clearly state its objectives. He also demanded to know exactly what border villages will be affected to help dispel growing public anxiety across Manipur. The CLP leader firmly opposed secretive negotiations on international boundaries. He questioned whether the central government has consulted local stakeholders before taking action, which include Manipur state government, elected representatives, traditional institutions and local border communities. Asserting that the major decisions altering international borders cannot be finalized behind closed doors, Megachandra emphasized that no portion of Manipur's territory should be surrendered. Any decision must undergo full constitutional process, parliamentary scrutiny and consultation with the public. He warned against covert diplomatic agreements that compromise national security or the state's historical identity. Noting that the Manipur has suffered repeatedly over the decades, he stated that its people now demand absolute transparency rather than clandestine diplomacy. Former Deputy Chief Minister and President of People's Democratic Alliance, PDA, Yumnam Joykumar, has stated that appointing a local IPS officer as Director General of Police, DGP, is essential to resolve the state's ongoing crisis. He was speaking on Wednesday evening at the political gathering at Ima Kalika Laibung at Wabagai Tera Urak, where Mayeng Bamranjit was officially declared the PDA candidate for Wabagai Assembly constituency in the upcoming 13th Manipur Legislative Assembly election. Joy Kumar emphasized that a police chief with deep understanding of the region's internal and external dynamics is vital to restore order. Addressing the law and order situation, the former Deputy CM warned that without decisive action, residents may soon face severe movement restrictions even within the capital. He attributed the persistence of economic blockades and counter-blockades directly to the current administration's failure to maintain a strong state police force. Rebuilding the capability of Manipur police, he stated that it is critical to enforce law and order and place a local IPS officer at the helm to aid in achieving lasting resolution. Joy Kumar also leveled strong criticism against local MLAs and ministers belonging to national political parties, accusing them of relying passively on central directives instead of demonstrating bold local leadership. He asserted that their failure to form a united front under a single leader has aggravated the state's plight. The former Deputy Chief Minister appealed for voters to support regional party candidates from PDA to secure a better future for upcoming generations.
Collective leadership
Governor Ajay Kumar Bhalla today reviewed the progress of a National Tuberculosis Elimination Program (NTEP) for Manipur at Lok Bhavan. The meeting was attended by Chief Secretary Punit Kumar Goyal, Commissioner-cum-Secretary of Health and Family Welfare Suman Singh, and senior officials of the Health Department. During the meeting, the Governor launched Niksha Mitra Manipur web portal under the Pradhan Mantri TV Mukt Bharat Abhiyan, aimed at encouraging community participation in supporting tuberculosis patients. The portal will enable individuals, elected representatives, institutions and organizations to register as Niksha Mitras and provide monthly nutritional food baskets and other essential assistance to TB patients. Giving a detailed presentation, Commissioner-cum-Secretary Suman Singh highlighted the progress of TV Mukt Bharat Abhiyan in Manipur, including efforts towards early detection, treatment and patient support. The Governor appreciated the initiatives of Health Department and stressed the importance of collective efforts to strengthen TB elimination measures and achieve TB-free Manipur. Kuki CSO Working Committee, in short WCK CSOs, Ukhrul has responded to the statement issued by Tangkhul Nagalong, accusing it of selective concern over issues of freedom of movement and humanitarian rights. In the statement issued on August 5th, the committee alleged that TNL's remarks were aimed at diverting attention from a denial of essential commodities to Kuki-Zo people and government's failure to address the situation. The committee clarified that its concerns were not directed against the Tangkhul community but against administrative inaction and restrictions affecting the Kuki-Zo people. The committee also rejected comments questioning the community's Indian identity, stating that citizenship and constitutional rights could not be determined through statements issued by social organizations. The committee further maintained that national highways and public infrastructure are meant for all citizens and cannot be claimed as property of any particular community. It accused TNL of making allegations without sufficient evidence and criticized inconsistent positions on humanitarian issues and freedom of movement. Peace Committee, Kanglik Park, Manipur. Special 50 today dedicated memorial stones to 6 individuals who sacrificed their lives in suspected Kuki militant attacks during the peak of the ongoing crisis. The newly erected memorial stones at Ningthakong bear the names and photographs of Pukrambam Avinash, Maishna Malimganba, Gurumayum Boni, Okram Khome, Pukrambam Birachandra and Pukrambam Pishakmacha. A memorial stone for Waripam Ibomcha, who was also killed in an attack by suspected militants, had been previously installed at the same site. The unveiling ceremony was attended by Home Minister Govindas Kanthausam, Bishnupura Deputy Commissioner Pujai Langbam, social activist R.K. Meghan, Elias Sanayaima and Peace Committee Kanglek Park Manipur President K.H. Rajesh, alongside the families of the victims. They also paid full tribute to the fallen individuals. Speaking to media persons on the sideline of the event, R.K. Meghan highlighted the historic significance of the site. He stated that the memorial stone will serve as an enduring testament for future generations, documenting both the ongoing crisis and the ultimate sacrifices made by these individuals. Meghan added that the citizens of Manipur will gather annually at the site to pay their respects, serving as a permanent reminder to safeguard the state against such tragedies in the future. Emphasizing the gravity of the prolonged unrest, Meghan described the conflict as a form of civil war that violates the right to protection of life guaranteed by the United Nations. He also highlighted the need for a social reformation movement across the state to restore lasting peace and stability.
Political level the wari sanaba de kulai taigo sing wari san chathasanu adu quite maro bade hojikse misa miyangi apun bakhalau mo chok dan kale misa miyangi apun bakhalau di karino stop this violence mas hanusano je to kaise masi paul se piu sangi hada in delhi de chalu bo tab da su delhi ke media kharda mayam da photo ki wa khum singai tara masi koi manipur global manipur diaspora gi mayam the community roina magle mite sule naga sule koki sule mayam loin le malemi almost le pak mayam le opinion opinion kola na violence lepo all violence lefalo abo kola torok.
Lamlai Assembly Constituency MLA K.H. Ibomcha stated that Manipur continues to endure the dark consequences of unresolved unrest following the violent conflict that broke out on May 3, 2023. Speaking as a chief guest at the 81st Hiroshima Day observation organized by Indo-Japan Friendship Association Manipur at Loktak Hall, Manipur Press Club, the legislator drew the direct parallels between the historic tragedy of Hiroshima and the prevailing turmoil in the state. He emphasized that the crisis affects citizens across all walks of life rather than being confined to a single community or region. Reflecting on this situation, Ibomcha urged scholars, intellectuals and community leaders to assemble on such platforms to deliberate on actionable strategies to bring an end to the conflict and restore lasting peace. He emphasized that overcoming the state's present hardship requires the combined wisdom, shared ideas and joint efforts of people from every profession and background. Warning that the situation remains extremely delicate and volatile, he noted that even a minor mistake or careless word could easily trigger further escalation. The MLA asserted that duty towards one's motherland and community must supersede personal interests and selfless motives. He called on citizens to fulfill their social responsibilities, embrace sacrifice for the collective welfare of the state, and firmly reject decisive rhetoric or actions that hindered community. The MLA stressed that genuine peace can only be achieved through collective dedication.
Mariba musumagi mazati sina unamakti hena lumi unamakti hena maruwe haina khanba alba mariba musum mazati gi damatani hairadi thawai bau kathuno adumba wakhalo adugi makhada iriba ki niba haradi jati gi damatani haradi ira hojiki jati sina wai buse bhanana hogi damatani haradi aigi oijaba aigi pamba pambaba aigi kanaba kanadaba ꯃꯥꯛꯁꯤ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯑꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩ ꯂꯦꯞꯀꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯂꯧꯐꯝ ꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯗꯥꯏꯇ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯂꯧꯒꯗꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟꯗꯨꯗ ꯊꯕꯛ ꯇꯧꯃꯤꯟꯅꯕ ꯆꯪꯏ.
And now, before we move on to other news, let's take a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep watching Sktiv News.
Great opportunity for local operators. SKTV is expanding. Come and be a part of SKTV revolution with high-speed internet, IPTV along with OTT and other benefits. We are building stronger connections through franchising. Become a local cable operator and provide reliable information and entertainment to your neighbors. Unlock your growth with our technology and top-tier service. So if you're looking for exclusive partnership opportunities, then please call us at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
Welcome back. Now proceeding with other news. Environment and Climate Change Director Taurangam Brajakumar emphasized the urgent need to recharge groundwater to ensure sustainable water resources for the state. He was speaking at the inaugural session of a 3-day training program on spring shade management in Manipur at the Conference Hall of Environment and Climate Change, Porampata today. More than 40 community resource persons are attending the program, which is being organized by the Directorate of Environment and Climate Change in collaboration with the Northeastern Regional Institute of Water and Land Management, Assam, and the Advanced Center for Water Resources Development and Management in Pune. Speaking further, Brajakumar highlighted how climate change has severely altered rainfall patterns in the state. He noted that the state now frequently experiences brief, intense downpours rather than the steady, prolonged rainfall of the past. Brajakumar further pointed out that this shift prevents the soil from effectively absorbing rainwater to replenish underground reserves, warning that the vital spring water sources in hills and gorge could vanish in the near future if timely measures are not taken. The director added that the training aims to equip community leaders and experts with the scientific knowledge necessary to conserve and recharge groundwater so that they can further raise grassroots awareness in their respective areas.
Water security for Manipur itself is very important. If once all the river bed has been dry up, from where will we get water? If once river has dried up, then there will not any resource from underground resource from this river system to the lake and the ponds. Wetlands and lake, other water systems will lake to resources. Other than the wetland systems will drive to the river system later than the seasonality, open the river system, the seasonality wherever, so he that Kanban idea is a very big signal, a chopper signal given by the planet to us. Planet, Mother Earth, chopper signal of an evolution of forget it. Equator over activities to now, human being activities from Simpsona, live, Sapu, natural system to where would the chopper issue to Park and keep up, Uki Kamba, Turin Kamaji, a chopper issue. This is the only result of heredity, and the resort of heredity part of England.
Secretary of Art and Culture Naurem Praveen announced that Manipur state government is set to launch statewide Har Ghar Tiranga campaign from August 9 to 17 in connection with India's 78th Independence Day celebrations. Speaking at a press briefing held at the mini conference hall of Civil Secretariat North Block at Mantripuki, he confirmed that all administrative preparations across state and district levels have been fully finalized. The 9-day event will also commemorate the 150th anniversary of the national song Vande Mataram, which will be prominently performed throughout the campaign. Various government departments have already begun executing their assigned duties to ensure seamless public outreach, with a primary focus on educating young children about the core objectives and significance of the movement. Similar to previous years, the state plans to host a wide range of commemorative programs in every district to foster national pride and unity.
Sidai handaki kano sida sigi exhibitions then programs to sida anam manuel satram kai sida har ghar tiranga ki wakhalon sikari no bande mataram national songs ki nungyo ba kano sikari no habasi anam kai sida fazana takpi tambire haraga makoina laiba mafam de laiba dignitary sings then praja singbu guide tawraga madugi historic significance among men do among sing sina satam kai sina taalo hai madugi kai sina.
Manipur State Archives has appealed to the public and traditional custodian families to actively support a major drive to digitize ancient scriptures known as Puyas under the National Gyan Bharatam mission. Speaking to media persons at the Archives office at Keshampad, Deputy Director, State Archives and Director of Art and Culture, K. Dinamani, urged owners of these historic texts to set aside superstitious practices such as consulting astrological charts or fearing bad omens and bring them forward for digital preservation. He emphasized that Puyas written on fragile materials like cloth, paper and tree bark are at risk of permanent decay over time, making digitization essential to ensure future generations can access Manipur's rich history and cultural heritage. To execute this preservation effort, the Ministry of Culture and Government of Manipur have assigned a Memorandum of Understanding under the Gyan Bharatam mission. An 8-member state-level standing committee chaired by the Chief Secretary of Manipur has been formed to oversee the project's implementation. Moreover, the department is preparing a specialized course to teach the public how to read and interpret Meitei Mayek, which has evolved significantly over time. This course will commence as soon as official approval is granted by the state government. Kanglik Park Students Association KSA has issued warning against shops that are selling essential items on inflated prices amid the ongoing crisis in the state. Speaking in this regard, Secretary General of KSA, Huirongbam Bablu, maintained that pathetic road conditions, frequent landslide, extortion and blockades along national highways have caused severe hardships to the people in the state. While criticizing the government for failing to address these rampant issues, Bablu maintained that problems have been exacerbated by surge in prices of essential commodities and it has aided to the woes of people in Manipur. Further, Bablu also urged shops to sell goods in compliance with prices fixed by the government, while also warning of actions against shops that sell goods on inflated price.
We normally send the columns in get here in the Yolakanda, we normally Sura Sariba, we Mianda, Mokori Mirko Toy, Ramasina, Kafan Pidina, we normally send the other columns in the ski lift, the Roma Manasa, Sidagi here in the Yolmea, Amadi, Masidagi, the Toy Badlis, the Bandar sing the Su, Masam Sai Bangi, Manga, high price, sing the Sea, Masit Teto Kanda, Laila. Consumersing that we see line of another mong that we see Tepi Hina.
MSU continued to organize an academic campaign today as a part of its Regeneration Month, observed as a precursor to the 61st Hunger Marches Day. Speaking at the campaign held at the school in Imphal East District, MSU Vice President Naurem Wangamba claimed that the indigenous people of the state are subjected to living under a dependent and hegemonic situation. He emphasized the urgent need for students to acquire the knowledge required to free themselves from this condition. Wangamba also lamented that the people cannot stand up against political leaders who continuously work on policies that put the state in shambles. The MSU Vice President criticized elected representatives for failing to make concrete decisions out of their own wisdom, despite public demands for an NRC update in Manipur to identify illegal immigrants before conducting a census. Similar academic campaigns were also held in several schools across Bishnupur, Imphal West and Kaching districts today. The ongoing Disturbance-Free Educational Zone demand campaign was held today at Lamlai Higher Secondary School and EK Higher Secondary School, Sagakpam. The month-long academic campaign is being organized by Coordinating Committee on Disturbance-Free Educational Zone demand. During the campaign, an awareness program was conducted, following which the students of the school shouted slogans demanding that the education sector be freed from any kind of disturbances. A public awareness program on the benefits of VVG Ramji scheme was held today at Hairok Part 3 Tawangbam Lekai Community Hall in Thobal District. The event, organized under the theme Khungang Iho, was organized by the Joint Committee 7 Clubs, Hairok Part 3. Addressing the gathering, 7 Clubs member Johnny Kuman urged the public to spread awareness about the scheme to uplift local villages. He also appealed to citizens to stop misusing the schemes while criticizing the practice of taking photos of job card holders to claim funds without doing any actual physical work. Reflecting on past corruption, Johnny cited allegations and complaints where local officials, including Jila Parishad members, Pradhans and ward members, colluded with line department officials to siphon off MGNREGA funds. He called on all job card holders to unite and fight against such corrupt practices to ensure the authentic implementation of the new VVG Ramji scheme. In a proud moment for Manipur, Takilambam Rani has been selected for the prestigious National Handloom Award. She will receive the honor from President Draupadi Murmu tomorrow at the grand ceremony hosted at the Rashtrapati Bhavan Cultural Center in New Delhi. The national event will honor 22 outstanding weavers and craftspeople from across the country. The accolades include Sant Kabir Handloom Award, conferred upon 3 artisans, and the National Handloom Award presented to 19 individuals. Takilambam Rani, who hails from Kaching Kunau Awang Kaithel Lekai in Kaching district, earned the recognition in the weaving category. She was chosen for her exceptional craftsmanship in reproducing the traditional Safi Lanfi motif onto fine silk inafi. And now the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Lamphal, Manipur recorded a maximum temperature of 29.5 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was recorded at 22.5 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 93% in the morning and 57% in the evening today. As per report, Manipur received a maximum rainfall of 2.4 millimeters in the last 24 hours. And before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Working Committee of Joint Tribe Council announces total boycott of Chief Minister Khemchand's visit to Makhan Relief Camp over unresolved Naga killings. JFD warns of census boycott if resolutions ignoring public sentiment adopted during demographic seminar in Manipur. Campaign for Just and Fair Delimitation alleges Manipur government's August 7 consultative meeting cum seminar an attempt to divert attention from demand to identify illegal immigrants. MEA confirms India-Myanmar discussions on undemarcated border sectors, weeks after speculation over proposed land swap in Manipur. And CLP leader Kaisham Megachandra demands immediate clarification from centre on reports of Indo-Myanmar land swap along undemarcated Manipur border sections. Well, that's all we have for today. Thanks for watching SKTV News and keep watching for more news updates. Till then, good night.